Yeah.
Alright, well, good evening. Welcome to this regular board meeting for Tuesday, July 16th. If everybody could please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Grigsby. Here. Mr. Haynes. Here. Mrs. McCarthy.
Here.
Mrs. Saxon.
Here.
Mr. Vaca.
Here. Finalization of the agenda. Is there anything to add or remove?
The agenda is final as presented.
Thank you. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the written summary of the regular minutes for the meetings on June 4th, 2024, June 13th, 2024, and June 18th, 2024.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Grigsby, second by Ms. Saxon. Roll call, please.
Mr. Grigsby. Yes. Mrs. Saxon.
Yes.
Mr. Haynes.
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy.
Yes.
Mr. Vaca.
Yes. All right, we'll move right into the superintendent's treasurer's report.
Thank you, President Baca. Good evening. This has been a long time coming. I couldn't be more excited tonight to stand in front of you and our community and introduce Bill Sherman and his team from Hammond Construction. Just a couple of comments, and then I think Bill will come up and introduce everybody. We met with 3 construction firms about a month ago and went through the process of selecting who we felt would be most in tune to what is happening here in North Bridgeville with our growth and the development of a new high school. And I can tell you with the utmost confidence that Hammond Construction was personable, knowledgeable, approachable, authentic, and exuded a general excitement, a genuine excitement to be here with us in North Bridgeville. And it was without a doubt, we felt that this was the right team for our project. And I am so honored to introduce to all of you, Bill Sherman and his team from Hammond Construction.
Oh, it's a very warm welcome. Thank you, Superintendent Ramsey Casario. Thank you, members of the board. We haven't done anything yet, so in your applause, but we are certainly honored to have been selected to serve you all. We understand that we have a lot to prove moving forward to make sure that that you are confident in your choice, and we intend to absolutely do that. So this evening, I'm going to introduce our team. I'll introduce a little bit about Hammond Construction, and then obviously we'll field any questions that you may have. Paul, thank you. Hammond Construction, we are school builders. That's how we identify ourselves, because largely that's what we do. We serve K-12 clients like yourselves throughout Northeast Ohio. Our office is in Grange, just south of Akron. We have about 120 employees, and we've been in business for 50 years, locally owned and operated. It's the ownership is myself and my business partner, John Kirkpatrick. As I mentioned, we have been privileged to have served clients, K-12 clients throughout Northeast Ohio. We have a couple outliers who are actually off the map, but generally this is our region of work on the screen there. And we've provided services totaling in excess of $3 billion to our school clients. That's a big number. It's kind of meaningless, but it really just underscores that that is what we do. We also primarily serve our clients as a construction manager at risk. And in 2011, the state of Ohio allowed public entities to use this delivery model because it is very advantageous to public clients like yourselves. And since 2011, that has been primarily how we have worked for our clients, which means we're very comfortable working under this delivery model. We will hold all of the subcontracts. We will be the single point of responsibility contractually. So the days of you having to deal with multiple contractors fighting and arguing amongst themselves, those are gone. So you would truly contract solely to us. We would be responsible for all the workmanship on site. That's primarily how we work for our clients, as I mentioned. It includes a guaranteed maximum price proposal, and that will be forthcoming, and you'll hear more about that as we get closer to construction, but we will have multiple guaranteed maximum price proposals as we bite off pieces of this project, and we'll come back before you all and seek approval of those. We're proud that we keep all of our services that we do provide from within. So we have in-house people to provide all the services to our clients. This has been something that obviously we have grown to and developed our business solely to serve K-12 clients. So we have a communications team. We have an accounting staff that's not for Hammond's accounting, but it's solely to work with school district treasurers and track project costs. So we have a team of accountants to do that. And then naturally, we have all of our managers, and our entire pre-construction staff is in-house as well. So we don't outsource those services. Enables us to be nimble and change directions as need be as projects evolve to make sure we're satisfying the needs of our clients. We are really proud of our experience working alongside the architect who you have working for you, Fenn Design Architects. Obviously, TDA does schoolwork themselves. That's who they are, and so our paths have crossed with great frequency. And I will tell you, under the CM at risk delivery model, it's going to be really important for your building team to interface well with your design team, so that your project is most successful, quite frankly, when that happens. And we're confident in our ability to work closely with TDA. So those are just some school districts we have served together. And then more notably, Paul, if you would advance, on projects of a scale comparable to what you are looking at here, we have worked alongside TDA on large single building projects like you're contemplating. You'll hear about to embark on here. So we think we have very relevant experience as well. You mentioned my name is Bill Sherman. I've been doing this a long time. It shows, but 35 years, and I would tell you almost 25 of those have been almost solely dedicated to serving K-12 clients. So it's definitely a passion of mine. And before I introduce some other team members we have here this evening, organizationally, how we would be set up to serve you. We'll have support staff throughout here, but on the left-hand side of that org chart that you're looking on the screen, that's our pre-construction team. Primarily who you will see throughout pre-construction supporting your design team efforts will be myself, in addition to me, Joe Killian, who you meet in a second, and Kim Adams. But we have other staff that you won't see as often, but who are absolutely going to be involved in supporting our efforts throughout the pre-construction phase. Down the center of that org chart, those are people that you would interface with during construction. And most of them have been doing this for a long time as well. And an additional support in terms of communications, financial tracking, as I mentioned, and in safety. Kurt?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kirk George, and as you can see there on the screen, I do have a lot of experience. It shows on me also. I'm really excited to be part of this project also, and I'm glad to be here tonight. I've been doing K-12 school projects since 2005, so been doing them since I came on to Hammond, going on 20 years now. I did work on Lorraine City Schools on that large high school project, as well as a couple of elementary schools and the middle school up there. So I was up there for several years. Completed the Harrison Hills City School District, which is a pre-K-12 project. And again, just wanted to say hello and glad to be on your team. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Killian. I'm the pre-construction manager, which basically means I'll be the estimator. I'll work with the school district and the design team to make sure that the project stays on budget. I don't have as many years of experience as Bill and Kirk do, but I have about 13 years in construction, 8 of which has been with Hammond. There's 4 school projects I've been involved with recently: Harrison Hills with Kirk, United Local Schools, Wadsworth City Schools, and Beechwood City Schools. So thank you all.
Good evening. I'm Kim Adams. I have 17 years in the design and construction industry, and I've been with Hammond for going on 15 years now. So my background is in graphic design and public relations. But on your project specifically, I'm a part of the pre-construction planning team, and I'm also going to be supporting your communication efforts and engagement opportunities throughout the building process, which I'm going to talk about a little more at the end of the presentation.
So just a little bit about what we do here, if you would please. Kind of two phases. During the design phase, we are really in support of your design team, support of PDA. And that's making sure we're doing estimates at certain phases and junctures in that project to make sure we're on tracking on schedule and on budget. We're really in a support role. Ultimately, we'll come back before this team, the board, with guaranteed maximum price proposal. That you will have the opportunity to interface with us on before approval. We will obviously bid and procure all of the work with subcontractors. But so again, pre-construction, we're in a support role. When we move into construction, obviously we take the lead. And really, we are the sole entity responsible for the quality, for the schedule, for the budget and throughout the course of construction, making sure that we're delivering you the quality building that you expect and deserve.
So just real briefly, wanted to talk about Hammond's approach to construction. As Bill mentioned, we are a school builder, so our business is really catered to serving school clients. And beyond that, this is an occupied site, it's an active school campus, which is a really important component to us developing our construction approach. More than 70% of our projects are on occupied sites, so it's an environment that we're very familiar with. So when looking at our plan, we take the input from the district, from the design and engineering team, from our construction perspective. And first and foremost, we have to put together that construction schedule and logistics. That's the pathway for our construction teams to execute the project. We also look at your parking situation here on campus and traffic flow patterns, the operational impacts. There's an active elementary, intermediate school. There's the high school and your athletic facilities. So we look at that. We make sure we have our stakeholder involvement throughout the process and those engagement touch points, which are so important. I'm going to talk to those on the next slide. And also, are we meeting your long-term goals as a district? We want you to be proud of this facility, but we want your community to be extremely proud of this facility. And that's an important component of the plan that we're putting together for you. So lastly, engagement. This is a personal passion of mine. Finding ways to engage your staff members, your students, and your community throughout the project. You're a public entity supported by the taxpayers, and we think it's so important to embrace them through this process. So of course, we want to update them on our progress, both through the design stages and also through the construction stages. What's happening, having that transparency as we're reaching different milestones. That could be digital communications through the website. There's a lot of different avenues there. And then there's the milestone celebrations, the groundbreaking, the building dedication at the end of the project, where we can really bring your community in to celebrate milestones. Beyond that, we have beam signing events. This could be a community event. This could be a school event. These are choices that you would make for yourself. We've also done community construction tours. This is where we basically open up the doors to the construction site midway through construction. We have a safely designated route. Your community members can come in and see the building taking shape, see their bond dollars being put to work. It's a really great touch point midway through construction. And then the student and the staff engagements, especially the students, this is a real passion of mine personally. There's a huge need for young people to join the field of construction and the skilled trades. So if there's opportunities to connect those students to a potential career path that is in great need of those young people, I love to facilitate those opportunities and get them excited about our field of construction because it is such a dynamic, I'm biased and exciting industry. So those are just some of the opportunities. There's more there as well. But again, on behalf of our whole team, we are so thrilled to be here. This is an exciting project for a great community, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? Well, we're very excited about the opportunity to work alongside you folks in your company and looking forward to groundbreaking and building this new school. Timetable, we can move in next year. But we are very excited. We're very excited. The staff, the administrative staff has nothing but spoke very highly about how excited you were and genuine you were and looking forward to the opportunity to work here in North Ridgeville. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You all.
That concludes the superintendent.
Awesome. These are the fun.
Yeah.
All right, it is recommended the Board of Education. Well, I did skip again, didn't I? So, all right, here's an opportunity for hearing of the public. If there's anybody in attendance this evening that would like to address the Board of Education, now's your opportunity. All right, so for the record, this is typically why I forget this. Do you have an announcement?
I do. So just to piggyback on what Kim was saying about community engagement, I just want to remind people that it's actually like a month. Today is July 16th, so August 16th, we're having our third annual back to school kickoff event right outside in front of the high school in the circle oval thingy. It's a fun event. It's 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Put it on your calendars because we'd like to see you there. It will be followed by girls varsity soccer this year, so that'll be a good time for everybody. And then I know the dreaded first day back of school follows soon thereafter. So August, what did we say? August 22nd is the first day back for the 24-25 school year for all students, first through 12th grade. That's my announcement,
Thank you.
of course.
All right, now it is recommended that the Board of Education approve the consent agenda resolution as presented.
Moves.
Moved by Ms. McCarthy, second by Mr. Grigsby. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mr. Grigsby,
Yes.
Mr. Haynes,
Yes.
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
Mr. Vaca.
Yes. Finance report, Ms. McCarthy?
Yeah, we just have one item this evening on our finance report. It's recommended the Board of Education approve the financial reports for June 2024. And I move to approve this item in one reading.
Second.
Moved by Ms. McCarthy, seconded by Mr. Grigsby. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mr. Grigsby,
Yes.
Mr. Haynes.
Yes.
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
Mr. Vaca.
Yes. Human Resources report, Mr. Haynes?
Okay. We have several items to consider under the Human Resources report. One administrative staff contract, one non-representative support staff contract, one support staff appointment, 6 NREA supplemental contracts, one non-NREA supplemental contract, 7 unpaid volunteer recognitions, 10 interior bus washing contracts, 1 hourly tutor contract, 1 support staff substitute contract, 1 certified staff resignation, 1 non-represented support staff resignation, 2 supplemental contract resignations, 2 support staff resignations. I move to approve the human resources items in one reading.
Moved by Mr. Haynes, second by Mr. Grigsby. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Haynes,
Yes.
Mr. Grigsby,
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
Mr. Vaca.
Yes. Okay, here's another exciting part of this evening as we introduce the staff that's on board.
Good evening. Made me a little nervous when you said we only have a month before school starts. Well, we certainly will be ready. I wanted to take the opportunity tonight to introduce a couple of our new staff members. I would like to acknowledge that we did get a new bus driver for this fall. His name is Christopher Price. He will be joining our fleet this fall, so we're excited to have him on board. I also have 2 new staff members here that are joining us. They're both going to the high school and they were approved last week, but wanted to have an opportunity to introduce them. Amy Sherman.
Hello.
Amy is joining us as a high school counselor. We are so excited to have her. She has wonderful experiences. She served as a family liaison for the Euclid City Schools for a year, and then she moved to Wellington, where she's been working for the past 4 years for the Wellington City Schools, and is looking forward to the high school. She is a UT graduate. And really the only thing I think that we need to work on is she said that the Detroit Tigers were her favorite team. So I know she was, it seems like she was born and raised up in the north, northwest. So we'll be working on that, but certainly pleased to have her. And then Haley McConkey is here with us as well. Haley is also joining us at the high school. She is going to be an English teacher for us this fall. She was a long-term sub for the Avon City Schools this past year in an 8th grade position, and we are looking forward to getting her back at high school for this coming year. She is a Cleveland State graduate. The word that she uses to describe herself is adventurous. And we are, really excited to have her. The other thing that I thought was interesting is both Amy and Haley, they're both joining us at the high school. They both mentioned that their dads were the ones that inspired them, and they both chose Cheez-Its as their favorite. There's a lot of similarities in our two high school today, so we welcome them to the North Ridgeville City Schools.
Welcome.
And then I would like to introduce our high school principal, Mr. Joe Smiluk, who is going to introduce our new assistant principal of high school, Dr. Stephen Norris.
Thank you, Annie.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Happy summer. Great shirt.
Thank you.
I was hoping that I could keep Hammond here for a minute because the first impressions you made. Anyway, first impression, when they had a bullet point up there that said that they can deal with the parking and traffic flow, both Matt and I said, and they can do that. They can do anything. But good evening. So as I walked in this evening and greeted everyone, I saw a young lady standing. I said, boy, she looks familiar. But I'm like, I don't know who she is. I think I do. And when I asked her, it was Haley. I said, oh, yeah. So welcome, both Amy and Haley. We've done a lot of interviewing in a short period of time. And we're almost done with our staffing, although there's a new vacancy that we will be dealing with. But as you may or may not know, Mr. Jarrett, Brad Jarrett, a lifelong North Ridgevillian, Ranger through and through, who has dedicated his entire life to the North Ridgeville Rangers, could not pass up an opportunity to make a career move that would help him realize some professional goals immediately. And I would like to thank Brad for the time we spent together and for the service that he gave the North Ridgeville City Schools. He's keeping many of us employed for many years with the family that he is sending through our schools. And I think we appreciate that at this time. I've interacted with some of his kids and their kids. So having said that, it was imperative that we try to find a suitable replacement for Mr. Jarrett. Given the late date and the opportunities for interviewing that we had, we interviewed a wide range of candidates. And we're lucky this evening to present to you for approval Dr. Stephen Norris, who will be coming to us from the Willoughby Eastlake City Schools. If you have seen his resume, you will know that educationally and professionally, he has the kinds of experiences that will allow him to step confidently and positively into his new role as a North Ridgeville Ranger. I think he is someone who represents personally as a learner, as an educator, and as a public servant, the example that we would be proud to place in front of our students at North Ridgeville High School. So in addition to welcoming Amy and Haley, it is certainly my honor to present to you Dr. Stephen Norris. Can't wait to get started. Steve?
Thanks. I can't follow that up. Better. I couldn't be happier to be joining North Ridgeville City Schools. Reminds me a lot of the school district I grew up in and the one that I guess used to serve. So I'm very excited for this opportunity and thank you all for it.
Thank you.
Yes, you will.
Yeah. He's sending a picture of me. Whatever. It's so nice.
Oh, we signed it out.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You take your food photo outside. Hey. we can- We take a group photo.
Oh, yeah.
We don't see you. Yeah, we'll see you.
Thank you.
I'm like, what's going on?
It is recommended that the Board of Education enter into executive session to discuss the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, compensation of public employees and matters related to negotiations of public employees. There will be no action to follow.
Moved.
By Ms. Saxon, second by Mr. Grigsby. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
Mr. Grigsby. Yes. Mr. Haynes,
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mr. Buck.
Yes.
6:25.